It's Brittany. So today's gonna be another Back in Time Watches video, and today I'll be telling you the first time that I've watched Top Secret. Now, funny thing is, I can't remember exactly when was the first time I watched it. I mean, it could have been maybe by the time I was 4 or 5, but I do remember watching the movie just over and over, from 5, 6 and up. But yeah, I did grow up watching this movie quite young, and now because I don't remember my first time watching it, I will just say, of my experience, each time that I watched it. And I would say that each time I did watch Top Secret, as a young girl, that I did enjoyed it. And of course, I grew up watching some of Val Kilmer's movies, especially that one. And now, Top Secret is not my favorite Val Kilmer movie, although I still watched it over and over, and because I just loved his performance in that movie, and plus I just loved hearing him sing those songs in the movie. And of course I liked certain parts that were funny in the movie as well. But I would say after watching it over and over, of course, and because I was quite young, there were certain parts, and because there are some things in there that were more adult, mature jokes, and certain things that were shown in the movie. Yes, there is just some things here and there I did not quite get. Like those that were seen for more mature audiences, that those parts I did not quite get, and I was confused, especially of the ballet scene, if you know what I mean. Completely confused, and just, so yeah. Didn't really say anything about it, but and and of course there was that one scene that just made me feel uncomfortable, and that was when that woman with the other female fans, when Nick is performing, where all of a sudden she closes her eyes and she, licks her lips and has this seductive look on her face, like, that she wants him, in that way. So, and because of that, seeing that over and over each time I watched it just made me feel more uncomfortable, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, stop it. And of course, even as I got older, I still didn't like it, which I still don't, and it's like, okay. And to me now, when I see it, it's just awkward, it's still uncomfortable, and it's like, okay, so I mean, that's all I have to say about it. But yeah, I still don't like that. I mean, that's just weird to me. That's just awkward. I mean, I think it probably would have been funny, let's say, if she was somehow eating something, and if she had melted chocolate on her mouth and she's licking her lips because there's maybe some food that got on her mouth, or some melted chocolate, then I think that would have been fine. I think that would have been funny. But for her to do that in a completely different way of how it was shown, then yeah, it's like, okay. But so that's like the only thing I don't like. I think there's some other things I'm like, what? But I'm I'm trying to think. Yeah, there are some parts in there I do find funny, and yeah, and I will say that I think yeah, and also I really did enjoy those scenes where where Val Kilmer gets up and he's like singing, like no matter what song he's singing, especially Straighten the Rug, Tutti Frutti, and these other songs as well, even How Silly Can You Get, and what was it? Oh yeah, Spend This Night With Me. I love that. I love the way he sings that song, and love that scene as well. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's that kind of scene in the movie where when you watch it, somehow it just moves you, and somehow you kind of feel what he's feeling when he's singing it. Um, so yeah, I mean, to me, I do feel that where I feel like I'm just moved, and it's like I would want that. I would want someone to sing me a song um, like that, and where they do it in a way where it's just like that, in a moving romantic kind of way. So it's like, yeah. And it is a good funny movie. Now I will admit there are some funny parts I don't quite find funny, but then there are some other parts that I do find funny. But yes, as many times as I watched it when I was little, um I I would say with the other parts I was probably confused about. I didn't thought about it too much because I was mostly just enjoying like the funny parts that I liked, and with Val Kilmer's performance, especially the scenes where he gets to sing a song. So it's like I just love that, and I would just really watch it. I would really pay attention with no distractions whatsoever. Um, but yeah. So, but yeah, it was actually his first movie he ever did, and I think after that it was what was it? I think it was Real Genius, which came out in 1985, and then he was in Top Gun, which came out in 1986. Yeah, he was starting to come out, in a bit more movies, after Top Secret. But yeah, it was really Val Kilmer singing those songs in the movie, which I would say that's quite impressive, and that's really good. And I think that's what I love about certain movies, where especially when you hear that character in the movie scene, somehow you don't really think like, oh, is that them or is it someone else? But then when you find out later that it was the actor themselves that actually were singing the song or multiple songs throughout the movie, then it's like you just find it more interesting, and you're like, wow, like because it was coming from them, and because that's really them singing, that took a lot of hard work, for them to do that. And I think they just want to put that kind of dedication to their character, like not just the acting, not just them speaking their lines, but also to sing a song or songs in a movie, within the story. And that's what I love about it. Like with Gerard Butler, he also sang those songs in The Phantom of the Opera, which I also found very impressive, and that even the way he sings in that movie just also really moved me. But that's a whole different video to talk about on The Phantom of the Opera, because that is my favorite musical movie. But yes, that will be another time to talk about it. But for now, it's Top Secret. And but yeah, it's like I said, as many times if I that I've watched it, I've enjoyed it, and like I said, that there are some things I did not quite understood, but of course when I got older, then yeah, then there are some things that then it start to make sense, and I start to understood those things, and certain jokes as well, and I think there's another scene in Top Secret when I was little I did not quite like either that also kind of made me feel uncomfortable other than that other scene. But is this other scene too where Hillary and Nick where they arrive to this I think how where they arrive to this location to this house. I think it's some kind of house or something, and um so when they arrive they see these other people there, that are carrying weapons and guns, and but then I gotta watch the movie again because I forgot what it was that they said within that scene. But then at some point, this door, like, because there are some stairs, and this door opens, and all of a sudden you see Nick. Well, the actor that plays Nick, he's shirtless. He's very muscular, and he looks quite sweaty. So of course when you see him walk out, it to me it just kind of looks like he's just showing off, just showing off his muscular body and everything. And all of a sudden when he comes out, Hillary, she sees him, and all of a sudden she sees him like she hasn't seen him in a long time, even though that's true, but still she looks at him and she goes up to him, and even the way she says his name is just like, Nigel. I'm like, okay, really? Like, okay, I understand you haven't seen him in such a long time, like, what, years or so, but can you not say his name like that? Like, you're with Nick. You like Nick, and also the way you're saying his name, it just sounds like somehow, like, oh, you know what I mean? I just didn't like how she said that. And all of a sudden, because after that, you see Val Kilmer, Nick, and all of a sudden he has this look like, oh, okay, and he doesn't know what to say, and yet he can see that they're like hugging, and he's like saying something to Hillary, and he's just like, oh gosh, so he doesn't like Nigel, from the start. And there was another thing too that I did not caught, that I did not really I think this went over my head, but as Hillary is hugging Nigel, of course she can feel just how sweaty and muscular he is. So at some point she gets a measuring tape, and I don't know where she gets it from, but you know how it is in spoof movies that when you find something, you just find out of nowhere, and you use it for whatever you may use it for. So of course there's this measuring tape out of nowhere, and she's like measuring how big his muscular arms are. And so yeah, seeing I'm like, why is he doing that? So yeah, I think I say that made me felt uncomfortable just to see Nigel, the character of Nigel like that, seeing him like sweaty and being very muscular, and she all of a sudden she somehow seems to be um it's hard to describe, but it just seems like she just goes up to him, and all of a sudden she's like has a measuring tape, is she's measuring his arms. It's like, okay, but then there's one other thing that she did measure that we did not see on screen because it's something, well, you know what I mean. Like, there's something off screen. So there's something off screen that she did measure something else. And now, because of that, now of course, even at the time I was like, you know, so I didn't know whether she was measuring his legs, muscle legs or not, but, or what, but no, it was something else, which I'm not gonna say, which I think you would already know by now of that, so I'm not gonna say. But now the thing is, it wasn't until years later, it wasn't until when I watched it again, and I'm like, and seeing that part again, I was like, oh, okay, and I'm like, why? Because to me, it's just like even if she was curious about that, like, I don't know, but to me, it's like I was just like, okay, okay, awkward, but yeah, I think you say even when I got older, even when I was a teen, that even still seeing that part where he's like pretty much showing off his muscular arms and his chest and everything, that to me I still didn't like that, because to me it just felt like it was one of those things. To me it felt like it was one of those scenes where he's pretty much just showing off like his body, and to me it's like that to me that didn't really impress me. To me, even when I see that, not just in that movie, but when I see something like that, whether if it's in advertisements or some kind of commercial, or even some other movie scenes where the character's pretty much showing off, and it's like, to me that's that sort of thing doesn't really impress me. It's not a turn on for me. It's in all honesty, it's a turn off. Like, seriously. But yeah, so other than that, but yeah, so I don't know, I think it's I think even when I was little, I think the one thing that really did impress me, it's not so much on how, whether if a man has muscular arms or not, like, to me, I pretty much like male characters just for like the kind of character they have, and pretty much what their character is all about, especially if they're a good character, and if they have qualities that they have that I like, then that's something I'm drawn to. Even if their characters are like either funny or sweet or just compassionate or just anything like that, that's something I'm more drawn to, and that's something that I like more, rather than that, and I've been that way, for a long time, because even like because even when I watched Batman, like Batman Forever, like to me it had nothing to do with whether if Val Kilmer was muscular or not. It had nothing to do with the bat suit. I mean, even though I love the bat suit, it had nothing to do with that. Like, I just love his character because of everything else, of what makes Bruce Wayne him and what makes him being Batman, you know? So it's those things itself that I'm more drawn to, but when it comes to those characters, whether if it's in, even if an advertisement, even if it's like even a TV show or a movie and you get these male characters are just like showing off, like showing how muscular they are, is like that, like I said, that doesn't impress me. And it's like yeah, I'm not attracted to that. But anyway, I know I'm getting off topic here, but I'm just saying that even at a young age, I wasn't like that. I wasn't impressed by that. I was just like, oh, okay. And of course, even as I got older, I'm like, oh, okay, I know, you're just showing off, whatever. But there's just other things I like. Mostly like qualities and personality. Those are the things I'm more drawn to. But that's all I'm just saying. But yes, so like I said, I know I kind of got off topic. I'm sorry, but I'm just being honest. And yeah, I'll just say as many times as I did watch Top Secret when I was little, I still like watching it. And now, of course, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I still like to watch it, and those funny parts still make me laugh, and I still love watching Val Kilmer's singing performances in the movie. I think I especially love his performance of when he's singing Spend This Night With Me, just because it to me just sounds like he's singing to that person out there of who he likes, and he's just saying that how much he feels this way towards her, and how he would really love to be with her, and for her to even spend the night with him. And so I think the way he sings it though, it's just, to me it's just great. It's just moving, and it just moves me every time, and I just love it. I really do. And I think there is a soundtrack to Top Secret, and I would like to get to the soundtrack. And yeah, I gotta watch it again because it's been years, but I still watch those scenes on YouTube. So yeah, those are those many times that I've watched it, and how I still like to watch it, even though if there are some things I didn't quite get at first, or things I probably didn't like. But overall, even as I got older, that I still like to watch it and all that. So that's it for this video. And so yeah, next I don't know when, but soon I will do the first time that I've watched Jaws, because even that was quite a experience, although a scary one, because and as you guys know, as much as I'm terrified of spiders, I'm also terrified of sharks as well. I don't know if you just saw that, but the light flickered. Man, if that happens again, then it might, I don't know. And I know it's kind of going on for Or maybe you don't mind if it's long, maybe, I don't know. So anyway, oh, and before I go, I just want to say that I will be doing a stream on my channel soon. I don't know how soon, but it'll be sometime in May that I'll be doing a Buffy stream. And also, even before, I would have to pick a date on that stream, but before I do, I will also, so sometime soon I'll be doing, I'll take a quiz. I'll do a video of taking a quiz, a Buffy quiz, and then I'm also gonna do a video of a Buffy dream that I've had, because the very first time I've had a Buffy dream was back in 2016, just when I was starting YouTube, and yeah, just when I was watching Buffy, but I think I've watched it a year before I started YouTube. So yeah, if you want to check it out, that first Buffy dream video, I will leave it in the description. But recently I did had a dream about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I dreamt about hanging out with some of the characters, but then just when things were going so well, things took a very unexpected turn. And because of this, like, somewhat crazy unexpected turn that happened, I was not expecting it. And so, because I had this dream recently, I will do a video on it to mention every detail, like from what happened, how it was going so well, and all of a sudden it's not. And all of a sudden something else happens, and I'm like, what just happened? And even after I woke up, I wanted to go back to sleep to change it. But you know, of course, things like that don't happen, because once you go back to sleep, you end up dreaming about something else. And I know sometimes people can have reoccurring dreams, like over and over, although I don't really get that. With me, it's more like, if I go back to sleep, I'm most likely to have different dreams. I could have one about something that's completely terrifying, and if I wake up, go back to sleep, I could have one that's a good dream. And it's, you know, sometimes it's like that, where you don't know what dream you may have next. And as it turns out, I did have this dream recently, because I am currently watching Buffy. I just ended season 2 last night, and now I'm gonna be starting season 3. So this is like my fourth time watching the whole show, because I do love the show, and I just love it. It's a great show, and I don't know, I'm just really glad to be watching it again on Hulu. But yeah, so anyway, that's all I just want to say before I go, that sometime soon, sometime this week, I think on Friday, I will be doing videos of taking a Buffy quiz, and sharing my Buffy dream that I had recently, and another back in time watches on what movie, I don't know. That's just something I would have to think about. But, and when I do those videos and I upload them, please look for them, and if you want to be notified when I upload, please click the bell, and you'll be notified when I upload. And when you do see those videos pop up, then you will be notified and you can get to watch it. And to see more movie content like this, and reaction videos, quizzes, and even Dreamtime videos, to see more like this, please subscribe, like the video, share it to movie lovers, and you know, anyone who's a movie lover out there, as I am, that we all are. And yeah, and leave a comment down below of your first time watching Top Secret. Was a fun experience? Let me know. And yeah, and I'm excited for the other videos that I'll be doing quite soon. Can't wait for that. So that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.